Welcome back to the stream. I am level 1 online. Good evening. It's 11:15. Quick. I'm gonna just do a quick, maybe 15, 20, 30-minute stream. Not too long. We have a new device to tinker with. Yes, special thanks to Quesadilla Padilla for sending me the RetroTINK 5X-Pro. So, as you can see at the top left, I have updated it for him, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. The software does lock up. It can be scary. Thankfully, here's some information about the device. If the software locks up on you, you just got to be patient and wait. I actually went to go play another video game while that happened. And it's designed in a way, if you do pull the plug by accident in the middle of the update, it's designed in a way it won't brick. It's unbrickable. And if it does brick, it's user error. It's you didn't install the right software. And he provides, that's kind of one of the downsides. You kind of have to, you have to install custom software. Hopefully he hasn't had too many complaints with, you know, Windows. Windows always rejects weird drivers and software. Let me greet you guys. Filippo's here, Quesadilla, Billy Stick, Chris James T 85. Good to see you guys. So yeah, so I did you a solid to get that updated. I do want to cover some of the quick settings before. I do have this hooked up with the HD Retrovision cables. It's amazing. I thought I would have to RGB mod my Super Nintendo. I don't. To get 240p RGB. It looks beautiful. It looks as good as a as my OSS. I'm sorry, not my OSSC. My Super NT. Yeah. So let's see if I can scroll through some of the settings really quick. So here's the first setting, input. And by the way, just more information, the remote control, do not follow. I would recommend getting the custom overlay for the remote control because the buttons don't correspond with the symbols on it. So I almost jacked this thing up because I was tinkering around with the remote. Okay, so let's go through some of the inputs. This device, it has SCART, it has S-Video in, it has component, so it pretty much got you covered on all your devices. If all you have is the yellow composite, there is a special adapter, and it even has this weird like reverse mode. What's up, Smash JT? So let me go through some of these options really quick. So the first thing it has right here is output resolution. Right now I have it to fill. And so in other words, if you do, and I can't scroll through the options because if I do, it's going to jack up my graphics card. But let me see if I can pull up the manual. And I highly recommend, if you have this device, definitely read the manual inside and out. 1 second. Where the hell is the manual? Hold on. Well, while I'm pulling that up, it does support, as far as what you can feed into it, 240p, 480i, 288p, 576i, 480p, 720p, 1080i. Output 480p, 720p, 768p, 1080p, 1200p, and 1440p if your TV supports it. NTSC, PAL 60. Yeah, I mean, this thing, if you want to replace the OSSC, this is definitely it. The OSSC has gone down in price, so if you've been on the fence and you can only afford the OSSC, which I think the lowest I've seen it is $125, then you know what? Do it. And go check out Firebrand X because he has some custom profiles, so you don't have to tinker. And the OSSC has come a long way, that most of the generic settings do work. Kind of like this device right here. A lot of the generic settings look just fine. And why can't I find the manual? Hold on. Here it is right here. The font on this website is a little finicky. Alright. Let me catch up with the chat. Good to see you once again, Smash JT. I hope I hope you enjoyed last night's stream, and let's have a quick chat about that, fellas. One thing I totally forgot to say at the start of last night's stream is don't attack Tommy Tallarico. That was kind of rude. I saw some of you guys, like, we weren't attacking me and Overthink. We weren't personally attacking him. Okay, we were talking about the device and the delays and just our concerns on the product. Okay, saying that using the excuse the chat was toxic to be toxic is not valid. Do you know what I mean? Because I saw somebody say that when somebody got called out on Twitter, they said, well, the chat was toxic. I went and I reviewed the chat this morning, and that person actually dropped the first toxic comment. He said, fuck the Amico and fuck Tommy. That and it's like, come on, dude. Here's the thing. If somebody calls you out on something you say on the internet, right, and they screenshot it, you got two ways to own up to it. You either A, you say, yeah, I said that and I apologize, or B, yeah, I said that and what the fuck you gonna do about it? Own up to it. Don't say, well, I don't really know who you are and blah 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 blah. Bro, come on. So anyways, Billy Stick says I'm having audio issues with the PS1 emulator. Really? In 2021? I mean, I remember. I mean, make sure you have the up to date and all the right audio drivers. But I mean, yeah, audio used to be a big issue like back in the day. But I mean, Smash JT says I loved it, man. Seriously, I think Tommy could learn a lot from your perspectives. Okay. RS Matrix says I lost interest when it was revealed there's no physical media, but don't care more than that. Yeah. Anyways, everybody who showed up last night, thank you. And like I said, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just asking. It's like, come on, do a little bit better, please. You played Dread yet? Level 1? No, I purchased it. Here's what happened. I went to my brother's over the weekend, and I thought he had a Nintendo Switch, and it turns out it's not really his. It's his daughter's, and it's in her room, and I didn't want to go in her room to play. So I was just like, you know what, like, we'll figure this out some other time, and I might just end up buying my own Nintendo Switch. I don't want a Switch Lite. I'm gonna maybe have to check and see if I can get, the original, maybe a used. I don't know, we'll see. Because I do want to be able to stream it. But anyways, Dread is awesome. Yeah, I was watching two people play it. I was watching some guy illegally stream it, and I'm surprised he was able to do that. I did watch a little bit of 8-Bit Eric play it, and then I saw somebody else play it on opening night. I know Quesadilla was playing it, and somebody else. I like that little parry system. If you purchase it, you could play it on emulator. Good point. Yeah, good point. What's up, Overthink Gaming? Get the OLED, but not necessary. Yeah, I'll look into that. I mean, so many things I want to buy, dude. I'd rather get a Series X. Anyways, let me go through some of these options. Where's the manual? Okay. So it has 4 options for 1080p. Fill, or no, 3 of them. Fill, over, and under. Fill, it just fills from top to bottom. Over, it does basically like a 5x scale, which is going to put some pixels above and under. And here's the thing, it does have a little slider to slide the image up and down if something from the top or bottom gets cut off. And then a 1080p under, which basically is 4x scaling. There's a 1200p mode. It didn't play nice with my capture card. It basically blanks out just like the OSC blanks out on some 5x settings. the 1440p mode blanks out. 720p mode, I don't like it. It looks too blurry. 768p, 480p. Those modes are if you have a capture card that doesn't support that, or if you have a TV. A 720p is good if you have a 4K TV, because 720p times 3 scales perfectly into the 4K television. And it has a 240p pass-through. I don't know why anybody would use that, but hey, that's amazing. Okay, the next thing, H sampling. So this right here, it's basically like specialized customized modes. It has a generic 4x3, which actually looks good, right? But it has dialed in settings for SNES. So it also has dialed in settings for Genesis, Saturn, and PS1 for games that use 320 pixels, N64, Neo Geo, a custom Saturn for 352 pixels, and then another PS1 for 384 pixels. Okay. The next setting. I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. The next setting is interpolation. Sharp, soft, and then let me hit the option right here. Sharp, soft, smooth. So that's smooth is something added with the new firmware update. I prefer my pixels sharp enough to cut. All right. After that, scan lines. Oh my gosh. The generic default only had like 4 scan line options. I can't scroll through all of them right now because it might blank out my capture card, but he added about 5 or 6 extra scanline filters, and it's shit like that's really fun to play with. If you're a streamer, I don't recommend using scanlines on your videos because it looks horrendous over YouTube. This might be the last option right here. Okay, this right here, this is something added new. I don't know what this means. Pre-env filter. It says NA, like I can't select anything. Vertical sync. So I have it set to frame lock, and it looks like my capture card supports it. So in other words, it's using the timing, the frame rate from the console itself. It's not using the the frame rate from the RetroTINK, because you can toggle that from frame lock to triple buffer. Triple buffer, according to the manual, is going to cause 1 frame of lag. So the frame lock, if your capture card and TV support it, has the less lag. Just a second. After that, the Interlacer. This is if you put something into it like a PS2, where a lot of PS2 games have 480i, Xbox games, a lot of 480i games. And it goes through all the modes, like motion adaptive, weave, blend, bob, and linear. And then CRT simulate. This right here, YC filter, I believe this is if you do S-video. Yeah. Or the yellow cable. Let me see. Color space, RGB full. It's one of these things if your TV doesn't support it. Like the color space. Let's see. This right here, I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna go with the default. It's called the video LPF. It says by default it's turned on. If you are using a source with a built-in LPF, such as a HD Retrovision cable, you can turn this off to avoid. Oh, really? To avoid excess loss of. Okay, what if strong off? I guess we don't need that then, because I'm using an HD. Next, this L gun. This stands for light gun border. So if you're using the send-in light gun, yeah, we turn that off. The 240p downscale. This is the experimental downscale option. It's like a reverse. Which I think a scenario would be if you want to hook up like a next-gen console. Let's say like a PS4 or Xbox One, and then reverse it to play it on a regular TV. CRT, for example. I'll look into that later. And yeah, I think it says the downscaler is currently experimental and we cannot provide support or guarantee functionality. Okay, and then there's my version right there, and then there's the RetroTINK logo, and then once you hit push to shut down, it'll save your settings, and that's it. Okay, let's play some video games. I'm gonna play a couple worlds, and then I gotta go. Okay, guys, let me